Hi folks, and welcome back to part 2 on this Z50. Right, let's show you what we have to put up with doing this. Right, into the shed, put some lights on. My crazy world of doing bikes. Right, here we go. As you can see, there's the Z50, and this is what I've got to put up with every time I want to work on it. I've got to move stuff. It's terrible being a hoarder. All the stuff you have to put up with to do these bikes. Right, so to get to that and start doing some work on it, I think we better start moving some stuff out to make a little bit of room. Right then, I'll bring you back once I've moved some bikes. Right then, we have a little bit of room now. Took a couple of bikes out. Ideally, I could do with taking that out, but too much hassle. Right, so what I've been up to this week. Right, catch up time for you. Put another kickstart on it. Found that one. It's not correct, but it'll do the job. Did an oil change. Changed the oil. Took the carb off and cleaned the carb. So hopefully it'll run better now. I've also took the mud guards off that frame, cleaned them up, put them onto this frame. So we got the mud guards on, front and back, polished the headstock up a little bit, went through the box of parts and put what we've got onto this one. We also had this backlight bracket which was broken, needed welding, so welded that up, painted it, put it back on, put the throttle on. That's on now. What else have we done? Oh yeah, chain guards on, side casing. The gear lever was bent so it wouldn't change gear at all, so we've bent that back into shape. So what else have we done? Exhaust is on, so that's on now. What I'm trying to do is take all the parts off that so I can get this repaired where it's broken, get it painted, and then what we can do is take everything back off there, clean it all up properly and put on the frame. We've got to sort out the paint job. Maybe Bill, you ain't seen Bill for a while, but he's still around, still kicking, and get him to give us a hand, sort the tank out and all the paint work. Another problem we've found with this, there's two different blues they're done on these years, so we need to get the correct blue. As you can tell, that blue is different to that blue, so I'm going to have to find out what's what. So today's job, I want to get the front wheel out because that's punctured. So I want to get that out and see what we can do with that. And these can be a real fight, is getting them back apart, because the split rims and the rubber glues itself to the rim. So that's my challenge for today, get that out. So right, I'll see if I can get it started and you can have a listen to it now. There you go. Sitting there running. It sounds really good. Sounds very sweet. Another thing I found is trying to connect up the brakes. There, I have nowhere to put it. On this frame, we have this lug here to connect up to that brake. So at some point I'm going to have to find out how it works. But yeah, she's sitting sweet, ticking over. Tiny little bit of cam chain noise, but nothing I'm worried about. Yeah, pretty good. Should probably cut out now. Oh no, maybe. No, she's dropped down. Yeah, beautiful. Right, let's get it out and get this front wheel out and get on with that job. Right then, I'll drop the front wheel out and the battle begins. I've soaked the rim with a load of GT85 each side. You can probably hear the heater going. It is cold. What I'm going to do is stick this down there on a stool and aim the heat at the wheel. Try and soften the tyre up a bit. So the heat from that will aim down there and try and soften the rubber up before we start. Let the GT85 soak in. Hopefully we stand a chance of breaking it off the bead. Right, so I'm going to go off, have a cup of tea for half hour and leave this warming up. I'm going to show you what happens if we get it off. Okay, we've warmed it up, we've lubed it up, we've been going round and round in the vice like that, trying to get the bead to break. Loads of GT85, and next thing is to see if I can get it apart. So we'll get on with that. I'm just wondering, anybody else have the same problem as me? You know, just no room. If you do, leave a comment. You know, let's find out if I'm just the only lunatic doing it like this. Right, let's get this done. Let's have a go at it. Well, all the effort of doing what I've done has paid off, because we can actually get it apart. Looking at these wheels, they're in really good condition, hardly any rust on them, but yeah, the lubrication and all the rest worked a treat. So we can push on. I just hope this one comes out. We'll have a look. I'll turn it over and have a look. So we'll push on and I'll let you know as we progress. So for the other side, it took a bit more. We had to use that to actually get it to come off, to actually free it. But now we have it, so that can come off. Yeah, they're a struggle. When they're a struggle, they're a struggle. But perseverance Anyone doing these will know this is a good one to some of them. Some of them, when they've got the rust in here really bad, it's a battle. Generally you have to cut them off. But anyway, we've got it off. Let's carry on. So I think I found the problem. It'll be that. Oh dear. In the tube. Yeah, a nice big hole there. That's why it's not taking any air. Oh well. We'll push on. See what we can do. Right then. Back to it. Let's push on a bit more. So it's come to that time where we're going to have to start ordering parts. So I'm going to have to order 2 new tubes, 2 new tyres. I've already started ordering bits. We've got no barrels for these, for the brakes, and we hadn't got the nut, so I've ordered a couple of them, some exhaust collets, and what else we ordered? Ordered other bits. Backlight for there. This is where that'll slow us down somewhat, which I'm not really worried about. I'm trying to think what else I ordered. I know what I ordered wasn't a lot, and it was like 32 quid just for these little bits. Parts are really expensive, crazy. So I think I'm going to get on the phone to David Silver Spares and see if I can order some tyres and tubes. But while I'm waiting for them, maybe start polishing some bits up, clean these things up. So I'll show you that as we go on. We're moving on. So first thing that's turned up for the bike is the new backlight. Sweet. Anyway, for the next God knows how long, I'll be trying to polish these and sort these out. So I'll have my head down for a while and wait for the rest of the parts to come in, and when the rest of the parts come in we can move on. So I doubt if you want to see me just polishing stuff up, but it'll help at the end of the day when we get it all put together. Right, I'll bring you back if I do anything interesting. Right, pushed on a bit further, and last time you seen that a couple of seconds ago. That's done now. That's come out lovely. That bit, can't see it as well. Yeah, that's done. Now I've started on the wheels. Started wire brushing them all back to get them ready for paint, because there was a lot like that. So we'll push on. Once I've hit them with a wire brush for half an hour, we can start getting them primed and painted. Tyres are turned up today. Still waiting for other parts to come in, so I'm hoping to get them done today, the wheels, let them harden off, and then get the tyres on tomorrow. Right, let me push on. Okay, let's introduce you to my custom made spray bay. This is how I do it. The old diesel heater, blowing onto the job, keeping them warm. They're in primer now, looking loads better. If you're interested in what paint I actually use, this is it. $3.99 primer, and that's the paint I use for the cloud silver. Yeah, that's really, really good. The people who make this, it's only down the road from me, and it's a lovely paint. So yeah, that's all I do. And my custom made spray bay does the job, not like Bill's place. Well, while I'm working on that bike, I've been working on this bike and that bike. Yeah, this is my latest bike, 650 XL Transalp. Sad story, but we got it done and we got it MOT today. Nice bike. To show you some of the other stuff that I do anyway. Nice bike. What is it? 21,000 mile on it. Yeah, unfortunately my mate died and I ended up with his bike. Anyway, Tom's just put a new engine. I've been working on that. His XVS. Just put a new engine in that. Just trying to do the fine tuning on it. That's one of the other bikes. For people who are new to the channel. Another one of Tom's bikes. That's his daily rider. And then we got these. We got the trike in there as well. Another one of them. Little pocket rocket. Right, back in the shed. Right, made some good progress today. Wheels turned out beautiful. We've had the rest of the parts turn up. I'll tell you what I ordered now. Right, it's the barrels for the brakes, kickstart rubber, collets for the exhaust, and what I couldn't remember is the spindle nuts. A couple of them we needed. Tyres, beautiful. Backlight and inner tubes. Job for tomorrow, get this wheel put back together and get a tyre on it and get it back in the frame. So stay with me and we'll try and get that sorted tomorrow, and that'll be a week's work I've done in here. It's alright, there's a wasp buzzing around my head. Okay, I'll bring you back tomorrow. Well, it's tomorrow and we've got the wheel in, the front wheel. Lovely jubbly, got the tyre on, got the front brake connected, used the new bits, so that's sorted. We also put the kickstart rubber on, and now I'm trying to decide where to go next. Yeah, it's one of them. I'm a bit brain fuddled. So I think the best thing to do is wrap it up now and see where we go next week. So I'm down, I'm gone. Thanks for joining me and catch you next week.